Have you ever poured your heart into someone only to feel invisible? Like no matter how much you give, it's never enough? If you have, then this story is for you. A young man carried this pain deep in his heart, and one day he couldn't hold it in anymore. He went to an old sage, eyes heavy with longing, and asked, "Master, I've been kind. I've been patient. I've given everything I have. And yet she doesn't love me. What's wrong with me?" His voice was tight, a breath away from breaking. The sage didn't answer, not right away. Instead, he reached for a small clay pot, and without a word, he placed it in the young man's hands. "Go to the river," he said. "Fill this with water, but make sure not a single drop spills on your way back." The young man frowned. "Master, I came to you for wisdom about love, not a task." But the sage just waited. So with no other choice, the young man took the pot and left. Every step, careful, every breath, measured, every thought, locked onto the water in his hands. When he finally returned, the sage looked at him and asked, "What did you see on your way back?" The young man sighed. "Nothing. I was too focused on not spilling the water." The sage nodded, as if he already knew the answer. Then with a gentle smile, he said, "Go again. But this time, walk freely." Now, I want you to think about this. How often have you chased something so intensely that you missed everything else happening around you? How often have you held on too tightly, fearing loss, only to realize you weren't truly living? Take a pause and tell us in the comment, what would you do in these situations? Now back to our story. This time the young man walked differently. The weight of his task lifted, and something changed. He saw the golden reflection of the sun dancing on the water. He heard the birds singing, the wind whispering through the trees. He felt the cool air on his skin, and he noticed the laughter of children playing by the shore. When he returned, his face was different. "Master, I saw everything." His voice was softer now, almost in awe. "I was so afraid of losing the water that I missed all the beauty around me." The sage smiled. "Love is like that. When you chase it, when you try to control it, you miss the beauty of life itself. But when you stop forcing it, when you simply live, love finds you." The young man stood there silent, and in that silence, something within him shifted. Maybe something within you is shifting too. Because in our pursuit of love, we often forget. We can't force it. We can only live fully, embrace the moment, and let love find its way to us. So here's my message to you today. Stop chasing what you can't control. Live with presence, joy, and kindness. Let life unfold. And in doing so, you'll find love, not just from others, but from life itself. If this made you think differently, hit that subscribe button, like, and share, because the world needs more stories like this.